You're diabolical, Sin. You're something else, man.
That was perfectly timed.
What up, everybody? Yeah. Oh no, I got it. I heard you. How's everybody doing out there? And welcome to another Sin's Corner. Here we go.
Cinema.
Oh, yeah, the cinema. My bad. I just was reading what's on the screen. That's what I get paid to do.
Why is that still there?
Oh, because I left it.
People need to recognize. That's why.
Oh, I hit 20K today, y'all.
Congratulations, that's awesome.
Yeah. I mean,
What-
I don't know if
what's that?
it'll hold. You know, you go up and down. I said I hit 20K today.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That is sick.
Congrats. Maybe I have a sound for that. Like
Woo. Oh, let's turn on my little fun.
He did. I don't think he has a new. He's just got a new angle, maybe.
Who does?
Enigma's noticing
Yeah, it's just a new.
that you're.
It's a new angle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Me?
No, I'm.
Ahmed.
Oh.
Oh yeah. I'm just standing.
Oh, you're
nice.
standing. Okay.
All right. So we watched 3 movies. Ryan and I had to watch 1 movie a night since Monday, and then
You got it
and
done.
then we are literally late because we were finishing.
The last
Return of the
2
King.
minutes
I
of Return
love
of the
that
King.
you guys are like study buddies now.
I know we get
Yeah.
to like.
Yeah.
You're
curl up
so
on the
lucky,
couch and-
but do you share thoughts with each other before we can talk?
Yeah,
Not
a little
really,
bit.
They
a
gotta be
little
talking
bit,
the
but
whole time they're watching, right? Like
I'm sure they are. Well, Ryan was
No.
talking to
I
me.
wouldn't be able to shut up.
yeah.
All right, this
Me
is the
either.
same.
Yo, boys,
Hey,
20,000.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, there you go. I like
There.
that.
Yeah,
Good
20,000
sound.
subscribers.
Wow, that's a whole party.
It's going on a little too long. Ahmed's enjoying himself. We'll just wait.
I like how it's like people who don't know how to play trombone playing trombone.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Yeah.
Oh my
All right,
gosh.
so
Let's do
homework.
movies. Which
I
one
hope
are we starting
everyone.
Mm-hmm.
I
Y'all
hope everyone
in the
did
audience.
their homework.
Yes.
So we did. Wait, which one was the bonus? Which one was the extra credit?
Whichever one is last on the thumbnail. I don't
Okay.
remember. I don't
Okay.
remember.
I was hoping you remembered.
Not off the top of my head. I mean, they
Okay.
all have equal weight to me.
All right, hang
The-
on.
the
order-
It's Willow, and then Elysium, and then Return of the King.
Return of the
I
King
think-
was extra credit. Okay.
Okay, so yeah, all right. So Ryan and I watched it in the order Elysium, then Willow,
Mm-hmm.
then Return of the King. And remember,
I
this
did
is
as
Return of the
well.
King from 1980.
Watched it.
It was
So
almost impossible to find it too.
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I think
Sin-
because when we watched The Hobbit and the
They're
other Lord of
available.
the Rings, they
Yep.
were fine. It was available. And then like when we went this time, it was like nowhere on Earth had this Return of the King.
Yeah.
And you know what? Now I see why.
Sin
Should be
had
possible.
a copy on VHS that she mailed to us, and
Yep.
thankfully it got to us on
That was
time
some
today.
fast delivery.
Yeah,
Yeah.
overnight, baby.
Kudos
Yeah.
at FedEx.
Yeah, thank you for that VHS
It's a
copy
good thing you still had a
that we-
VHS player.
that we definitely watched on a VCR. No, dude,
I can't.
was
I
the-
can't with that singing.
there was the jam with the orcs.
Yeah,
marching.
where there's a
That
whip,
was dope.
there's a way, baby.
Yeah,
That's part of the whole movie.
Oh,
man.
man.
Broken and Bash. Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
I kind of want to end on that one, just in case there's extra time to just inject some hatred into our lives.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's start
Okay.
with where do we want to
Willow?
start?
I'm gonna
Willow,
start with Elysium.
Elysium. Okay.
Let's start with Elysium.
Yeah, that I
okay.
watched that
Yeah.
one first
All
as
right,
well.
baby.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay, so what were we doing Elysium for? It was for industrial strength magic, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
because of the transhumanism thing going on with his robotic.
Well, no, more like the Iron Man kind of.
Yeah, the mechy.
Yeah, but I mean,
bits.
it is.
Oh, or
it's like
Thresholder.
transhumanism stuff. Was it
Thresholder.
Thresholder? Was it
Maybe it was
Thresholder?
Yeah, it was Threshold.
Yeah. Okay, so
it
remember,
really?
guys,
Did I
Thresholder is available on Audible. It's pretty sick. Henry Kramer.
Yep.
Henry Kramer
Yes.
narrated for us. I did.
No, Elysium was for ISM 2 for sure.
That's what I
Oh.
thought.
Okay, well, it's for Thresholder too. All right.
Because it could be.
Also,
I mean,
Both
we
of
could
them.
see it as yes,
Yeah,
it would
okay.
apply.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, it's definitely, it follows that theme. Go check out Thresholder and Industrial Strength Magic on Audible, but Thresholder is the newest one. I'm the bad guy, quote unquote bad guy in that book.
You're
And
the antagonist.
yes, and Henry Kramer did an excellent job narrating it. And I think, was it Jessica Threet with us?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, go check that out, guys. That one needs some love. Also, Industrial Strength Magic. That one's been doing pretty well for us. So be sure to pick that up.
Book 2's coming out.
Yeah, if you're interested. Yeah, book 2 is this month, right?
Yeah, pre-order happens in what, a week or so. I'm not looking at my calendar right this second.
And make sure you get it on the
happening.
new app, baby. Download it on. Oh wait, this is
That's
our
Audible.
No,
Yeah,
this is all
unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah, Elysium. Who wants to go first on this one?
Someone just jump in.
I'll go. All right. So
I'll-
Elysium. I had fun watching this movie. There were plenty of things that bothered me. I think that it was pretty heavy-handed. I think all the social commentaries just like blatant and
right there
broad
for you. Yep.
and
Not
uninspired
nuanced at all.
no nuance whatsoever. Like nothing really made actual sense. Like pretty much every step of the way, everything was just full of potholes. Everything's skin deep as far as the themes and stuff. What was cool was Matt Damon's performance, all the action. The bad guy was just fun to watch the entire time and listen to, even though I couldn't understand what he was saying.
You're talking about the Boyke guy, the planet. What was he played in another movie?
Charlton Copley.
Yeah, he played in what was that other movie this guy
Dude,
did?
he plays in all
and he was
District 9.
Well.
District
9. He's in all of that director's stuff.
Oh, okay. So they
he's like a friend or
habitually
something.
work together. Okay, cool.
Yeah, because the director is South African as well.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, and that might explain why he sees things so heavy-handedly. As far as all the social. Yes, a little more black and white, exactly. Jodie Foster's character, I don't know how to feel about because
she was terrible.
I don't know. You think she was terrible?
I think. What was that accent?
That's what I wrote down.
Why did they do that to her?
Why did they give her an accent?
Just make her American. Like, just if she can't do it, just cut it.
I
like
didn't
someone was
that.
scared to just be like, "Nah, girl, that ain't it."
Yeah.
She
was. I don't get it.
Oof. And I think her trying to do the accent, like, because she's a great actor, and she was not hitting the marks at all. She was so just like theatrical villain. Like it was.
She was a cookie cutter, over the top villain that, like we already said, there was no nuance at all to the social commentary or to her, because a lot of what she was trying to do made sense. She was trying to protect their area from an invasion of unwanted people. That's, but I mean, and what I would have liked to have seen is, let's see the after, because this would not be a happily ever after moment. There was limited
that's what we
resources.
Were saying.
Yeah. And there's this huge influx of people just storming in and no, this does not end well, but they make it seem like it's a happily ever after and it's all going to be great. No.
Right. Yeah.
No, it would not, because
that's the big, but here's the thing. I don't think they set it up very well that way. I mean, if you look at Elysium, if you look at the actual space station, doesn't seem like there's any kind of need happening. It doesn't seem like they're running out of resources at all. What really worked for me was the grit. What really worked for me was the visual effects
of the Earth, of the Earth
tech.
life.
Yeah. I thought that stuff was really cool to look at. I thought that they did a really great job with all the aesthetics, right? Like,
I thought, and they brought us into the world really well right away. You got a lot of that hand cam, quick shots. It made you kind of disoriented and not feel safe in that world. And I think that the filming and the capturing of that whole Earth space was done really well.
Yeah, I think Blomkamp kind of has this very specific aesthetic that worked well throughout the movie. I liked the contrast between the look of Elysium and the look of the Earth the people of Earth. Oh man, I really loved the part where they're like, okay, we're gonna install this fucking exoskeleton
through his shirt.
Dude, it was like,
what the heck?
I was not ready for there to be like body horror, but I was there for it. I was like,
yeah.
Oh!
But through his shirt, did they give him antibiotics at least?
That's the thing. It's like,
who's to say?
Okay, I would have been okay with that if Matt Damon seemed like he was getting worse through the movie, but he seemed to be getting healthier, like looking and everything.
Yeah.
But it wasn't doing anything to help his health. It was just giving him like this strength, but he would still show his radiation
cancer
issues.
Yeah, exactly. And we didn't get that. It was like the exoskeleton was slowly curing him or some shit, you know. So that part didn't work. But I think what brought everything down to the ground was this gritty bit. And every time we went back to Elysium, I just didn't feel believable. I didn't believe in the politics. I didn't believe in the people there. Like you would think that some of the people on Elysium would be sympathetic to the people of Earth, and they would be trying to figure out a way to help them, right? Like the way
that could have been a subplot, or like a way that like then the two meet, because it just all of a sudden was just like they have nothing to do with, they don't care about the people on Earth, but thank God they had all of those like evac ships ready to just help all of Earth for this moment.
Exactly.
I was like,
exactly.
Yeah,
why did they have these massive? There's no place for those massive.
There's no need
medical
that they had in
vehicles.
Elysium for it. Yeah.
Yeah, but they just happen to be there. It's like, well, just in case we get invaded and taken over, and they decide to help.
To want to help Earth,
let's build these. So nothing really made sense. And that was the thing that killed the movie for me in a lot of ways. That made me. It's not quite a good movie. That's what I think.
Yeah, and like
it's fun. I was entertained.
Well, stuff took place down on Earth was much more interesting than whatever was going on in Elysium.
I was also very confused why like the customer service positions were being done by AI, but like the easiest thing to make AI and to have as a mechanical thing would be like production. Like why were there still people in factories, but there was like this like like customer service robot everywhere. I was
just nothing.
Just nothing quite made sense.
Nothing quite made sense. But that's my takeaway from it. Like I said, the action scenes were just so fun, and loved the violence. I loved watching the main bad guy's face get blown off. That was excellent.
That was gnarly.
That was gnarly. The action scenes, like the fight scenes down on Earth, were pretty well done. Matt Damon was the highlight of this for me. He was the only thing that made it interesting enough to keep watching. I liked his performance, but this subplot with the baddie and his sudden infatuation with the girl, you make me want to settle down. Why? Only because she can be brought along.
That's not
only because she.
He was saying that to creep her the fuck out.
Right.
But he was just being a dirtbag.
Yeah,
but
that's it.
I feel like,
and he's like, oh look, a new sex doll. Like that's.
I feel
really
like that
what
whole
the
subplot
subtext of that
was that. I feel like that whole subplot involving her was just a reason to have her involved in all the stuff that happened at the end.
Yeah, it was the necessity to get her up there, but it
just
was
to get her up there,
done,
and it felt very mishmashed together. I did not.
He needed someone to rescue in order for him to sacrifice himself too.
Yeah.
Right.
For purposes of the plot, she had to be up there, but the way they got her up there didn't make sense.
They could have simplified that whole thing. They could have simplified that whole thing by not having Matt Damon be cucked and just have the kid be his.
Yeah.
That would have eliminated a lot of annoying side shit. Like just simple, like, okay, they're lovers and that's their daughter.
But
that's plenty. That's plenty of motivation.
I was there for like when you got to watch the guy's face that was all blasted in that like reforming.
Oh yeah, that was nasty.
That was cool.
Yeah,
I mean, geez, those machines.
I loved the weapons.
Yeah, also very cool. Like the explosion coming. Yeah.
Neil Blomkamp's team, like I think they're like absolute geniuses at visual CGI stuff.
Yeah.
Or like
the visual
I don't know.
world building.
I think they're even better like in some cases than like Marvel when they do their stuff. It's crazy how good they are. I don't know if they work together or what, but like the visual effects in his movies are excellent.
Probably not
guns,
even
near
the amount of money.
The cyberpunk. It's cyber, and I feel like cyberpunk was inspired by this movie.
Oh, sure.
I think they borrowed a lot from this, especially even the plot of like them taking down a corporate like shuttle.
I don't know.
Like
I would say
was in cyberpunk.
I would say this is inspired by cyberpunk. I think
like
cyberpunk.
the game
I think this
is
was
what he's
before.
talking about.
Game.
Yeah, the game.
2077.
Cyberpunk 2077. Yeah.
But,
maybe I don't know.
Yeah, I wasn't super in love with this. I didn't enjoy it nearly as much as I thought I might would. Unfortunately, I just don't. Well, I mean, we've already gone over pretty much all of my thoughts about it.
I liked that I think just because neither of them could pronounce it very well, but like Matt Damon's younger self and him both couldn't speak Spanish for shit. They were like, no say, donde, está.
You would think he would have picked up a little bit.
Yeah, you would hope.
Of the dialect.
Yeah.
As an adult, he would have had it by then.
Yeah. I also always love watching Diego Luna. I think he's pretty great.
Have you seen Andor?
Oh yeah, love Andor.
Okay. Yeah, it's great.
I think this. I love this movie.
I know you do. I was thinking about that.
I think it has a
great
great cast. I think it does its job as a sci-fi movie to kind of warn about a future. You know, it's dystopian. There's it's like listening to all of your like comments, like I'm like, okay, yeah, it probably does, but man, I had fun throughout this whole movie.
Oh yeah, it was fun. It was a fun
I
watch.
love the characters. I loved the crazy military psychopaths. I love the corpo freaks, the absolute like pearl clutching like insanely wealthy people. Yeah, and like get off my lawn and the immigration and like all of like the little questions in between. I really enjoyed it. I think I love this movie. I love the fight that they have at the end, the fight between the soldier and him.
Yeah.
We got a comment from Very Mean Thoughts. This has been playing for Jeff all.
Okay.
Matt Damon.
Every time I see Matt Damon now, that's
so in this picture here. Oh, can you go back to where that picture, Ahmed?
Yeah.
So the guy with the tank top, I can't remember Spider. Yeah.
He's from.
So I looked him up, and I was
Narcos.
I haven't seen Narcos, but he was the voice of the wolf in Puss in Boots. The Last Wish. He was fantastic in that movie. He was my favorite part. Yeah, he's a really good actor. Good voice actor too.
Yeah, I liked his voice. His voice was very
Sorry, Artur's chiming in.
That's
another
my wife
God.
said the same thing. My wife said
God
the same
Jr.
thing when she saw him.
Oh, Jesus.
No, we didn't.
Yes,
Oh,
it's so
nasty,
good.
so nasty.
I think the reason he ended it on a positive note with that ending was because it was too dark otherwise. Because there's no reason it should have ended that way, and I think he just was like, hey,
Let's
like this is just this is just a happy ending. Yeah, it's just a happily ever after for the movie's sake, but actually, like, I feel like all of that could go down except for that ending part. Like, I feel like all of it could happen except for that part at the end when the robots come down and save everybody. But we have all this stuff in our world, artificial scarcity, medical goods right now. It's happening with drugs. Look at diabetes. Look at they're already hoarding it, and like all of this is happening. This is like an exaggerated version, but I think it is a representation of kind of today, of like a more brutal today.
And this is
those
a 12-year-old
soldiers,
movie too.
The mercenaries, the way they are, you know what I mean? The way this guy's like his life, he has no life. He's just like a vessel hustle for violence, and just ready to be on call anytime, for like the government. I feel like there are people that exist like that. It's just absolute psychopaths. And he gets his face blown off accidentally by the grenade in the ship. Which, dude, the visual effects, man. I just can't with this guy. It's so freaking good.
That was definitely
District 9 and Chappie, man. Just the robots. Nobody does robots better than this guy.
I'm thinking I need to go and watch District 9 because I've never seen it.
Oh, you haven't seen it?
I've heard
Okay.
that
It's much better.
is the better one. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah,
I
it
think
is the better one. It is the better one. It's also brutal, but
Good.
it's and his character is absolutely like he's like Borat or something. I don't know. It's like
Good, because
it's
he was
insane.
halfway there on this one. I was catching every third word.
Oh yeah, no, his
accent's
gnarly. That's hard to understand.
He felt like he was super amping. I mean, we got so tickled at he boiky. That was funny to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It felt like he was really amplifying it.
But,
I don't know if he was, though.
Yeah, so make sure you're throwing your scores up in the chat. We don't have Rich here today, so I don't know if anybody knows how to count besides Rich, but
No. We pay Rich to count.
Okay,
I know.
so
I'm like, I don't know what we're gonna
Crap. What are we gonna do?
I'm here.
do. Okay.
Wait, who was that? Was that Rich?
I do-
Rich, you're here. Rich, count for us.
I've
I'm
already
too
got
artistic
my
things.
score.
I can't be
We got
bothered
one.
with numbers.
We got one. Very mean
Audience.
thoughts.
6 out of 10. 8 out of
Okay.
10.
6, 8. You guys just tell
7
them
out
to
of
me.
10.
7. Okay.
Yeah, we got a 6, 8, and a 10. Or sorry, 6, 8, and a 7.
6, 8, 7.
So,
That's it?
So that's 7.
Good. Wow, we can do numbers. Shit.
I'm just expecting another one to come in anytime. So.
While they're still tabulating, what did we think? What are our numbers?
I've got mine already.
Yeah, me too.
Personally, I give it a 9.5.
Oh wow.
Wow,
You
that
do
is
love this
so
jealous.
Generous.
I love this movie. I love this
Oh,
movie. I
Jeff?
love the
Enigma.
character.
Oh, I'm sorry,
I love Alice
Enigma.
Braga. I love
I missed
the
that
actors.
Enigma. Sorry, got it.
6.1. Oh, that changes it to what? 6.9?
And another 6 though. So now it goes 6, 8,
Oh, Sashi.
7,
Whoa,
6,
oh my God!
6,
no, never
1.
mind.
Beery's got a
That's
5.
out the window.
Third
Who?
Wish has a
That's out the
7.
window.
Okay.
5. Wait, do we have another 7?
Yeah.
Yep.
7 is the latest from
So
Third Wish.
total-
Oh, we got a lot of scores this
6,
time. I am impressed,
8,
you guys.
7,
6.1.
And well, there's a 6 and then a 6.1.
Right, and then 6, and then 5 and 7.
Yep.
Because Sashi gave a 6 as well.
But yeah, I didn't give it a perfect score probably because of Jodie Foster's stupid accent.
That was a very strange
That's
decision.
the only thing. It didn't make sense to me.
What
Like,
was she
I mean,
trying to sound like? I
British?
don't understand.
No, like something
No.
new.
She
I
sounded
think she was
like
trying to go
Sort of
French.
French. It was
I think
French.
Was
but
it
was
French?
like a nouveau
Because
French.
I was thinking
Because the first
like
thing,
German
the first
or
time,
something.
They
the
do
first time
speak
we heard,
French, yeah.
yeah, the first time we hear her speak, she's speaking in French.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
but it was her idea. She was like, I want to try out, an accent. I
Yeah,
can't
there's like
imagine that.
maybe she was like, there's like a new accent because we've like moved away and now it's like transitioned our. Like,
Yeah, what if it sounds like this? And then she just.
And then
It's
They
like, what's her name from Schitt's Creek?
They were like, okay.
Moira Rose, yeah.
Yeah, it's like Moira. Yeah.
Yeah.
They were like,
Hers
it's
is
Jodie
great.
Foster.
No one shall ever besmirch the name of Catherine.
Okay.
Jeff, you got a
Belgian.
score?
I got a score 6.
Okay.
I would say there's the substance of the movie is very tattered, flawed, and I want sci-fi like this. I want like this had the potential to be like serious, interesting, thought-provoking sci-fi, and it just
Didn't go deep
It was just cowboys versus Indians. It was like very like there's no depth to the actual message. So and it's just nothing made sense. So great action, had fun watching it.
Mm-hmm. I'm going 6.5.
Okay.
I've said what I've needed to say about it, so 6.5.
I'm going 5.5.
Okay.
Just because Matt Damon and the special effects
Yeah.
were
Matt
impressive
Damon.
for
Fair.
sure. I've always liked Matt Damon though, so.
Yeah, I mean, like, I can't think of anything that he's done that I didn't like. I mean, I've seen movies he was in that I didn't like.
But not his performance in them.
But
right,
not
no,
his performance.
No, never
Yeah.
his performance. Okay, so I've got the audience score is 6.44, which is very close to that one.
Yeah, 6.66.
Ours is 6.875 because Ahmed ranked
Because of
this
me.
almost a 10. That is a false. That's a false number.
You tell him, Sin.
So Alice Braga. When I think of her, I automatically think of her aunt. I can't remember her aunt's name. Her aunt is an actor.
Is she an actor?
She is an actor. And her aunt, this is how why I remember her aunt. Her aunt played in a movie called The Rookie with Clint Eastwood and Martin Sheen, and it had an unforgettable grape scene in there.
Uh-oh.
Where she was graping Clint Eastwood.
Oh.
Never forgot that. I was like, holy cow, this is quite disturbing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like tied him to the radiator and scraped him in the mouth?
He was tied
There
to
was
a
like relative
chair.
section.
He was tied to a chair.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so, and then
that's
there
weird.
she is. So whenever I see her, I think about her aunt being mean to Clint Eastwood.
Damn man.
Wow.
How could your aunt do that? That's hilarious.
Okay. Well, that's Elysium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Willow.
No grapes. No grapes in
No.
Elysium.
No.
Okay.
Grapes or gripes.
Close, maybe.
Yeah,
There was
I
a
did get
grape
little-
attempt.
Yeah, it was a little iffy there.
Willow.
Yeah, Willow.
Willow.
I took no notes on this movie, y'all. None.
Okay.
Really?
So
Okay.
first of all,
Surprisingly.
the composer was James Horner,
Yeah.
and wait, what do we
He
need?
did Commando.
Yeah, when we just watched
we need,
Commando.
We need
that's what he-
numbers. Anyone who watched Willow, put your numbers.
Yeah, give
in
us
the chat,
numbers, you
please.
guys, for Willow.
Oh. We just watched Commando? What?
Well,
Oh,
no, sorry.
we had
when,
Commando night?
yeah,
Is
we
that
had
what you're
Commando
talking about?
night
Yeah.
at when we were all together for Planet Comic-Con in Kansas City.
Yeah.
And
So
so we all
that's
watched
when you
the movie.
watched Commando.
Yes.
Yes,
Arnold
and
Schwarzenegger's
so now
Commando.
anytime we watch a movie that someone has never seen before, it's going to be called Commando Night. Yep. All right, Sashi, we got a 7.5 and a 6.
The first thing
Thank
that
you,
I took a
Enigma.
note on was what actually Jeff pointed it out when we were watching, but the fire hazard dogs. They were in these giant costumes
Oh,
and inches away from a campfire. I was like, oh, those pups are going to die.
I know. That didn't even occur to me, but was there something at the end that said that there were no animals that were harmed in the making of
Oh,
I didn't see that,
No,
no.
I didn't know.
I would
but-
know. I was just wondering if there wasn't.
Oh, I didn't look.
we
I didn't,
didn't look
yeah.
for one.
Okay, I just wonder.
And I also love that, like, his origin, like the baby's origin story is just exactly Moses's. That was nice.
Yes, Arturo. No,
Just baby in the
Arturo.
reeds.
Listen. This is what Arturo said when we watched that scene. He said, "Oh, so this is where that comes from with them putting a baby."
Not the
you
book that is not the 2,000-plus-year-old. No.
Tell I never
Tell
taught
my
him the
kids.
story of Moses.
Just watch Willow.
That's incredible. I love that.
So, yeah,
this
so-
Willow is his Bible now. I hope.
Yes,
he
right.
takes-
Yeah. He's sitting
So
here
I-
watching me.
I noticed that James Horner, like, proof composers, they borrow from themselves. There were some licks in this that are in Avatar.
Oh, sure.
The Blue People Avatar, and also I noticed. Wait, what was it?
Because he also did Titanic.
On the cart.
Oh, did he?
chase.
Okay.
Did he do Titanic as well? He did Avatar, and then he did Aliens. That's the other one that I heard. He had the hammers in the cart scene, and there was actually a lick that sounded just like one from Aliens as well. So yeah, so I guess this is like George Lucas's Shire, right? This is his like attempt at
Yeah.
it's like Lord of the Baby.
Kind of like with Spielberg, it's John Williams.
Yeah.
Yeah. Real quick, I don't know. Am I misremembering this? Was this a made-for-TV movie?
No.
No.
Okay.
No
All right.
way. This clearly
All right.
had like a proper budget.
I remember when this was.
or maybe
I remember
not clearly.
I remember that this was on the big screen.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
this was a big movie. So this is 1988. This is like I was 12, and so I think this was like on HBO like all the time. Like I must have watched this movie like thousands of times because when I watched it again, like I haven't watched it in probably over 20 years. and so this is my like first time watching it since then. But like, just every scene was like ringing bells in my brain. It was just really bizarre.
Yeah, I saw it when I was in the single digits for sure.
Yeah, Bad Santa, the midget from the dwarf from Bad Santa was in it.
Yes, I was like, I have seen that guy before. Where have I seen? Oh, that's where I've seen him.
Yeah, I loved that it was like, you know, and so often if there are little people in film, it's like a side character that gets like 2 minutes of screen time. The whole first 30 minutes was just
them.
Like,
and it was great.
It was a beautiful representation.
It was adorable.
And the speaking of adorable, I don't think I have seen better kid reactions and baby reactions than in this movie.
Perfect.
I was like, they did it. I can't imagine the level of patience that it took to get that stuff. It was so cute.
Is, it's like the key lighting, right? So like when they get the baby, they have to match it to the light of the scene or whatever. Because I just think they did a really good job of making it always seem like the baby was making that
matched
face
exactly.
in that
I know the baby's reactions were like every time it was somewhere, the baby was like giving side eye.
They got all the
grinning,
perfect,
so
like,
cute.
And his two
So
kids,
cute.
Willow's
adorable.
two kids were so cute.
And the
I was,
little
like,
girl
dying.
in the scene where those demon dogs were attacking, that crying was legit
Real.
crying.
I know.
She was.
Those dogs are awesome. By the way, like what? So they were just dogs with like
Costumes.
on, like
they were dogs with costumes.
They were amazing. Like I just loved
them. I didn't like the dogs. I thought it was way too obvious.
Was it to you?
It was obvious to me they were dogs, but I thought that
tails, and
I thought that the costume design, the character design was fine.
I think there's an old movie about rats, about giant rats. It's a horror movie. It's from the 50s, I think. And they dressed a bunch of dogs up as rats. And that's all I could think of. And now that I'm thinking about it, it might be the same costumes.
Oh, what? That doesn't
because
even look
you
like
remember,
rats.
I don't know. Did you look at their tails? It might have been.
I never thought rats
they had
when
rat
I
tails,
saw that.
They were awesome.
Okay.
Val Kilmer's teeth when he's in that one scene.
Yeah, when did he go to the dentist?
And
like
then
his teeth were fine after that.
You saw him rubbing his teeth.
It showed him
I guess
cleaning them. Yeah.
Like...
No, but that was super gross, and I like for some reason that was a formative memory as well.
And I love that the only thing that Willow knew about Mad Mardigan or whatever his name is,
Mad Mardigan,
that he is imprisoned, and then when handed a baby, will immediately whip it around. And he was like, you know what? We'll give it a try. Because he's like, yay! I was like,
when he did that with the baby.
Fun dad.
Yeah. I was like shaking baby syndrome much.
I watched the romance in this movie, and I'm like this is just a bad place to get romance advice. I think this movie.
Yeah, no, that was such a forced
the way
in
that
thing.
It went down, and then also like how she so easily betrayed her mom just gave me unease.
Yeah.
Like,
when her mom? When did her mom?
Yeah, because her mom
was the main baddie,
the queen.
Oh, she was?
Balmora.
Yeah.
I missed that somehow.
The wizard guy, some guy said to her, I've seen like this dream or prophecy, or your daughter's going to betray you.
This is it. The Killer
the Killer
Shrews.
Shrews.
1959. Yeah.
Okay.
By the way, I'm pretty disappointed. Everyone, your copyright, you were able to contest all the copyright claims except for Nausicaa. Did you notice that?
Oh, okay. So I contested. Did they deny? I can go and do an appeal because you know what? I've won all of my claims. I got 5 claims. I won all of them. One was denied. I did an appeal. They let the appeal run out. So all of mine are clear now. I didn't think to go back and check y'all's.
Okay.
Which I can do that.
I remember knowing that George Lucas was attached, but knowing that he was a
wrote
writer.
He co-wrote
it. That
Yeah.
totally makes sense because the dialogue was clunky.
Yep.
Like the whole time, it was just George Lucas writing, and I was like, okay. He
like Stan Lee writing.
No, that's our best fighter in the village. Step back, you.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. It was a little bit like high school. It was giving high school play like delivery and.
But Val Kilmer was so great.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
that
so
scene
great.
where
so
he was
young and, like,
he
it
was
just
hit
kinda
with
made me
the
think of,
dust, and he fell immediately. I mean, he liked the girl anyway. It's a little bittersweet to watch this movie because they were married. They got married this year.
I didn't know that.
That particular year, yeah, that might have been when they met. They got married in '88, but they
kidding.
divorced in like '95 or '96, and she was his only wife, and they had 2 kids, I think. So
They had all the best little people in this movie too.
Yeah.
They had, like, all the best actors.
I think they
like,
just had all of them.
went in.
Yeah, they just
All
got
of them.
I just don't think there was
They
any
got
left
them
that
all.
weren't in it.
Yeah.
I feel like it was a skosh too long, though. It was.
Yeah.
It was
Oh,
more
yeah,
than
I
definitely.
think
2
it
hours.
fell apart like a lot of movies. It fell apart like in the third act. It starts
Yeah.
to fall
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
I
I was like,
stole
it
the
was
baby!
Some does too a little
that
bit.
best line, best moment ever when that hawk comes in. He's like, "I stole the baby." I'm like, yes.
What's happening?
Oh, that was awesome.
Yeah, the dragon with the ball chins. Like,
Yeah,
what
yeah.
a choice.
Scrotal flame sacks.
That
the scrotal dragon.
terrible stop motion animation.
Yeah, no, well, it was actually just like because Return of the Jedi came out in '84, right? And this movie had the visual effects. It was 83 or 83. The visual effects in this movie were very similar. So like to the what
Was it the same people that worked on it?
The Rancor.
Well, yeah, it must have been. I think so, because even when she dies, you know, the red smoke goes over her, and then she gets electrocuted. And those electrocutions reminded me of the Emperor dying, going down the hole.
They might have
So
used some of.
I felt like it was the
ILM.
same visual effects team. Why wouldn't Lucas use his people, right? Like,
Yeah.
ultimately. It felt like they were using all the tricks from Return of the Jedi. It was like the same line right down from there, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
I also love the moment where Val Kilmer is so obviously a man dressed as a woman.
Oh, yeah.
And then
that was an amazing part.
that whole scene was great, but then my favorite when he's just like, "Gentlemen, meet Lug," and he steps back and Lug comes in and punches him. I was like, oh, amazing. I think the whole thing just maintained the tone of like a near perfect kids movie. And like it just had whimsy and wonder and adventure. It was I thought it, that was
that he's
awesome.
helping. They were being pulled as slaves.
Yeah.
And then he
Yeah.
helps them,
Yeah.
and there was a lot of touching moments. It was like Lucas's Lord of the Rings, Ron Howard's Lord of the Rings or whatever. It definitely mimicked it in a lot of the beats.
Yeah.
But I
sure,
guess,
yeah.
but there was no Lord of the Rings at the time, and maybe they wanted to make it. Maybe that was their next thing after Star Wars was like, let's make Lord of the Rings. And
Yeah,
they
because
couldn't, and they made Willow instead.
The scenery, set dressing, all of that was
Yeah,
gorgeous.
I think Arturo even specifically mentioned that it was kind of reminded him of Lord of the Rings or Game of Thrones. But Enigma said that this movie was a combination of Lord of the Rings, Hobbit, Snow White, and pre-Game of Thrones.
I'll tell you where Snow White came in. It was the Queen's entire costume in existence. Like that, she was straight up just the Wicked Queen from
Yeah,
Snow
she
White.
was.
Yeah.
She was.
And then they have Skeletor
Oh yeah, of course.
from He-Man.
Wait. Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you meant like the actual actor. I was
actor,
like, wait,
no.
was he? I didn't hear anyone that sounded like him.
And of course, because they had to have a Wilhelm scream in there, but did they
Yeah.
need
There were-
3?
Yeah,
They had
so
three.
we're,
Yeah.
So we counted. Arturo said, "Yeah, this movie has 2 Wilhelm screams," and we counted, and then lo and behold, there was another one.
There was a third one. It was I was like,
Yep.
I was like, okay, all right, it's getting a little.
They
gratuitous.
overdid it.
I know.
Skosh on that
They
one.
just blew their load. Also, though, it was hilarious when I'm hearing the what's her name, the sorceress that's like a shrew Pikachu thing in the beginning.
Yeah, her.
Willow!
I
Teach me back,
was
Willow!
hearing her, and as I'm hearing her, I'm like, that sounds exactly like the voice that Moira Rose does when she's in the Crow movie in Schitt's Creek.
Oh,
And then the bitch turned into a crow immediately after. That was her first turn. I was like, whoa.
That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah. It was great.
Yeah, I was very, very happily surprised at how well this movie has held up over these years. I really thought that we were about to watch some stuff that was going to be a cringe fest, but absolutely not.
Yeah.
It was really good.
the adventure and danger of it mixed with like the lightheartedness and whimsy and everything coalesced really well. And it maintained that throughout. And so if there was anything that was kind of goofy that was maybe not intentionally goofy, you forgive it. And it was
It was okay,
Yeah.
Like their romance.
I was not prepared for Val Kilmer's snowball. That one took me out. When all of a sudden you turn and he's a giant snowball, I laughed for
it was funny. We were laughing too. That was pretty funny.
I was not ready.
It was a perfect big snowball too.
Yes, it was oddly like perfectly cylindrical.
Yeah, it was cylindrical. Yeah, it was his feet sticking out one end.
Oh, I loved it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I would say that the little people, not all are good actors. I didn't think Willow was a very good actor.
He was very young in this.
Yeah.
He was like 17, I think. 17 or 19. He was very young.
Oh, really?
I would say he had his moments. I think if directed like slightly differently, he would go back and forth between like having really good, solid, well-connected acting to just kind of surface stuff that we didn't really pay as much attention to the scene work on.
Mm-hmm. It didn't take me. I didn't notice. The biggest, little person, he's the worst actor of them.
Is
that one,
Jeff kind of cutting out for you guys?
Yes, he's cutting out.
Yeah.
You have terrible internet
going
connection.
in and out.
Check
I was impressed.
Connect to the other house. Trying to connect to the other house.
Yeah.
Oh, sometimes it does that.
No, it was just a little hiccup.
Okay.
Did you miss something that I said?
You cut in and out. I couldn't hear every word you were saying.
Oh, I was saying the worst little person actor was the biggest one with the with the horseshoe,
the fat
his
guy,
like bully. Yeah.
He wasn't great.
Yeah.
I was impressed with
Jeff
the
and I had to
mouth
rewind.
movement.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say I was impressed with the mouth movement of that little creature before when he first met her. I was like,
Pikachu?
wow, the way her mouth was moving was impressive for 1988.
Yes. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Okay, sorry. Go
Jeff
ahead.
and I had to both rewind and rewatch the like exploding kaiju head twice because we were like, why did that thing just inexplicably blow up? Like he got stabbed in the mouth, and then all of a sudden it was just like and blew
Why
up.
did it? Because I didn't even focus on that.
I think we.
So okay, what happened? Remember Val Kilmer stabbed it through the top of the head with his sword.
Oh, and then it
came out the bottom.
It tried to breathe fire, but it couldn't open.
So
its
it couldn't
mouth,
open
so
its mouth.
Oh, okay.
That's what it was.
But
you
it
see,
took
it does
us a
like
second.
it does one of these, but it wasn't. I remember thinking the same thing. Like, I figured it out, but like watching it, I wasn't convinced that it was enough. Like it needed to do it a couple times, and then you see a little smoke or fire, and then boom, and then that would have been a little better.
Sorry, I have to address something. You are incorrect, sir. You are incorrect, sir. That movie was bad. There was the pod race scene, and there was the amazing lightsaber battle between Darth Maul and
the Duel
the
of
two
Fates,
Jedi,
baby.
and everything else was terrible.
I would still prefer that over those travesty movies that involve Rey.
Maybe, but like.
I absolutely.
People look back on the prequel trilogy with rose-colored glasses because of the new trilogy.
Yeah,
I think.
Exactly.
So I always liked 2 and 3.
They wouldn't be worried about the past.
Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, I always liked those two.
I think
I wasn't crazy about Phantom Menace, but I liked 2 and 3.
I
was like the perfect age for all of it though, and so I like love it because I was 5 when Phantom Menace came out, and I was eating that shit up. I loved it. And then
the music.
like 10 or so, I guess, when
I
look at how cute they are.
I know, little cute phases.
Yeah. That scene, everything about that lightsaber duel was fucking incredible.
Amazing. Yeah, I can't. It was only downhill after that.
Yep.
I like the duel. I like the fight on Mustafar.
Between
Obi-Wan and Anakin. Holy cow, love that.
Trilogy. That trilogy.
And just
had a lot
for
of
the
great
fight
fights.
choreography in general. Sorry, I'm catching a gnat or something. But like, yeah, that scene, it goes on for minutes and it keeps you so involved, and the fight choreography is insane. I love watching the videos of the behind the scenes of Hayden Christensen and Ewan McGregor doing their stuff. Like, they were so committed to those roles. It was so impressive.
For sure.
I appreciated that we finally got to see at the end of this the Snow White's queen like really go off. Like when she's like getting uglier and her like she was eating up the scenery in that last scene.
Yep. She was.
Yeah. Very well done movie, man. I'm very
the fight choreography, since we're on that subject, the fight choreography in this movie was absolutely atrocious.
Oh yeah, absolutely. My favorite was when Willow jumped out of the way of the horse like 45 seconds late. Early. There was no worry that it was going to hit him, but he was like,
the only reason Mad Mardigan was great was because he could do that little sword flip.
I was getting ready to say flipping the sword. Why? Why did he keep doing that? That had nothing to do with the fight.
It's a boy thing, Sin. It was cool.
It's a kid movie, right?
Interrupts the flow of the fight, and he could be stabbed while he's doing it.
No,
come on.
But that's the only thing that he looks cool doing on.
Yeah, he had to do something.
So he had to keep doing it. That's why.
Yeah.
Because when he swings it, he doesn't look good.
No.
You know, so they capture the moments when he kind of looks good, when it's like the end of the swing, you know, or like they capture.
And then
in the
she
middle.
Starts to fall in love with him as he's sword fighting. She realizes she likes him too.
They just show her like.
I love our little, like, questionably Italian littler people that were, like, always with him.
Were great. Yeah.
Oh, those little brownies, the brownies,
The brownies were, comic relief, I guess. They were kind of annoying.
I have to address something else.
They were used a little too much.
I totally disagree with you. Dude, that part was the best part of the fight. Because it happened so fast. Right? It said, I hate that
it was so surprising.
It was like
well, they fought earlier, didn't they?
And it was so sick.
They fought on Tatooine briefly.
Yeah, they fought briefly, right? So they got a little.
Which my favorite part about that scene is that Darth Maul didn't know who Anakin was at the time and didn't know he needed to capture him or anything. But Darth Maul just came with his speeder and said, "Hey, there's a kid. I'm gonna hit him." And he tries to hit Anakin. Doesn't even know who he is, but he's like, "Fucking, I'm taking this kid out."
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, he doesn't know, and then he's just like, 10 points for the kid. Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this movie.
Yeah, this is an excellent movie. I love the tree stump.
I will say, slight misallocation of timing where like the end got wrapped like a rug getting pulled, but then there was a lot of the slower bits in the middle. We could have taken a little bit of there to nuance the end a bit.
Yeah, I think they had to have a big finale battle in the castle, and I just don't think they really pulled it off that great.
No,
with the dragon, I feel like that's where it fell off a little bit. But like all the personal moments and the.
We got two so far on my.
I thought there was more.
Well, I didn't. I haven't been seeing y'all's.
Okay.
So tell me what
you have. There's an 8 point. Joma says 8.5, probably up to 9. So let's call it an 8.75.
Okay.
9.5 from Very Mean Thoughts. 7.5 from Sashi.
I got that one.
9 from Scott Kidder. 6 from Enigma. No, 6.5 from Enigma.
Yeah.
8 from Third Wish.
Ooh.
8 from Bill Underbridge. 7.77 from Barry McDonald.
Come on, Barry.
7.77. Okay.
Yeah. Any more numbers, guys?
Well, we got a lot of. I feel like this is the most scores we have gotten.
I know. Yes, good job. We're so proud of you.
And you guys did the fuck out of this homework.
Yeah.
Yes. Absolutely.
I think that they were going in solidarity with Sin that it wasn't all animations this time.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad.
Change me back, Willow.
All right.
But yeah, I'm going for a solid 8 on this one for me.
Me too. 8.
8.5.
Lord, okay.
Honestly, the only reason I didn't give it higher was probably because of that dip in that action scene.
Yeah, and like for me, like when you accept that this is like a kid's movie, it does that really well. There are better movies, but it did its assignment, and it was
it was
fabulous.
Heartwarming.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, but Clue, like seriously, it's so that's why it's so emotionally moving, right? Because Obi-Wan sees his master get killed.
Yeah, and then he fought as harder than you've ever seen him.
Yeah.
And when he swings and his feet come off the ground because he's swinging so fast and so hard, it's just like you're like, yeah, he's gonna kill him. He's gonna kill this impossibly powerful fighter. That, it was very samurai, right?
And it makes Darth Maul look so much more badass and threatening.
Yeah.
Exactly, and not only that, but like it just. I've watched all the behind the scenes stuff and also when you watch the Clone Wars and the what it allows for Obi-Wan to make that such a important shift for him, because he starts out with the fight where he ends up, spoiler alert, killing Darth Maul, is he starts out trying to take what his master taught him, what Qui-Gon taught him, and he's like, no, that didn't work last time. And then he's like, I'm gonna go with what I used to be, and then he like ends up being Alec Guinness, and then he ends up using the same exact fight that like the same set of moves, the same form that Qui-Gon used, but this time Obi-Wan was ready for it, and he went for the head thrust and slices right through it and killed. It sets up so many beautiful things. I'm with you on Jeff. I love the
choreography, the story and the choreography.
All right, 8.5. Sin, what'd you get?
6.75.
Whoa! That didn't. It seemed like
it was happy. It was happy.
Baby, Sin.
Yeah.
I liked it, but some of the third act was pretty weak to me, and boy, that stop motion animation just does not hold up, and it is a little too long.
Like, I want to show this movie to like my children one day, and then show them like Lord of the Rings and stuff after as they get older.
Yeah.
This is I think an important stop on the journey of kid movies.
Yeah, this was my favorite out of all three.
Mm-hmm.
I would definitely rather watch this than the others.
Okay, so what did the audience give it?
So the average for the audience was 8.12, which is a little higher than a bit higher than the IMDb, which I think is 7 or 7.2, right? And our average is 7.8125.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
All right. Well, audience, you did a good job this time.
Yes, very good. Keep those scores coming. We
want to encourage them, Jeff. With positive reinforcement.
Did a good job this time.
Well, because other times we get 2 or 3.
Oh, I just put the same one up there, Jeff.
Yeah.
I love when the comments are about Sin and it covers her up. It's just, it's even insult to injury.
Yep. All right.
You guys are mean to me.
I'm pretty excited to talk about Return of the King.
Me too. Everyone be quiet. Let Sin talk. I want to hear the vitriol, please.
Okay.
All right. By the way, everyone put your scores in.
Yeah, give us your scores for this piece of shit movie.
Okay.
This was
That's
terrible.
my girl. This is what I was waiting for. This is what I was waiting for.
And I'm too mad at you guys if you didn't do this homework. Not because.
Oh, I wish I hadn't.
Because it's hard to find. Because it's really hard to find.
Yeah, that's true.
It was fine last month, but like when it went into April, I think it's just got.
Okay, so here's the problem with this movie.
The problem?
Okay, well, one of the biggest problems with this movie, it is chock full of exposition, and they left out so much stuff, and they acted like the other movie before this didn't exist because, of course, it was completely different people that worked on it. So they jumped from The Hobbit to this, and meanwhile, they had to fill us in on 2 books worth of stuff to get to this, and it was like I just could not.
Somehow I had to go and look on the screen when it finally was over. It was literally 20 full fucking minutes of in Sam's head in some way or another. We're either hearing that fucking but like the inner monologue, or this ridiculous "what if I wore the ring" and this whole fucking side tangent about like I'm Sam the Great for 10 minutes.
And then I was like, how did he gather an army so quick? And then it was just like his stupid imagination. It was boring as hell too.
Oh my God.
I did not care. It was good to see the original voice actors from The Hobbit because they came back.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
But this was a terrible movie.
Terrible.
It was not good at all.
More than the rotoscope one, I think.
Oh, I like the other one much more.
No.
Yeah,
I like the other one much more.
I'll give it this. It looks better than the Lord of the Rings movie.
More cohesive, obviously.
Yeah, the art style, the aesthetic is all
Dude,
cohesive.
I can't imagine being one of the people that
definitely.
did any of like the background drawings and all these beautiful paintings.
Yeah.
And then they go to the screening and they're like, what the fuck fuck is this shit?
Yeah.
Like, if they spent all of these hours creating this beautiful world, and then they do this with it.
It was so, like, this movie needed to be at least 2 to 2.5 hours long if you're gonna do this story justice. They crammed so much. Stuff was happening so fast, and then they're like, and here comes so and so from this place, and they're doing this, and I was like, they
just had to announce every little thing they were doing,
because
or just scream at the sky, or
because they didn't show us this before, because they had not like.
That's not a good excuse. That's not a good excuse. They narrated everything that happened in front of them.
Yes, exactly.
They told the viewer exactly what happened after.
Yeah, because we would have no clue who in heck it was and what was going on.
No, that's not. No.
They're assuming that we have zero intelligence. This movie assumed that we are all brain dead.
Yeah.
And that is the only person.
The books.
The writing was worse than the writing in Willow. Like, it was everything that happened. They had to say this happened. And I'm not talking about when they're explaining things that happened in the past. I'm talking about
do that in The Hobbit.
I know. They didn't have time to, because things were
telling
happening.
The story, and this was a master class.
A thing would happen, and then they'd be like, "Wow, this thing that was really crazy,
happening.
It just happened."
And now it's still happening.
Yeah.
You know,
and Frodo, I'm like,
oh my god.
And they also implied the existence of a god in this, like actual god. He kept being like, "God, help me!" I was like,
"Yeah."
So
what? Yeah.
Well, the reason that they did all that crap is because the first 2 movies don't exist.
No.
I don't think so.
No.
Maybe the exposition for the first 20 minutes.
Give her her.
Well, what I was going to say it. So we get the Return of the King. There's 3 books, right? 3 books.
Yes.
So in this one story, they had to condense and explain everything from the first 2 books and the 3rd book. That's why they did all that. It was terrible.
Completely separate. You're talking about something completely separate from what I'm talking about. You're talking about the first 20 minutes of the book, or first 20 minutes.
No, I'm talking about the entire freaking movie. That's what they did.
But you don't have to say. Oh no, Frodo, your finger, your poor hand.
That stuff.
Oh my
that
God.
stuff. I'm talking. That's not the. I know. No, that was. I'm talking about the other exposition, telling you who these people are and narrating all this. Like they just condensed it all. Yeah, but it was terrible. It was terrible because if they had,
at least it was functional.
If they had,
right?
But it was boring as hell.
Yeah, it was very boring.
So boring.
And I could allow them a little bit of that heavy-handed exposition if there wasn't also such, like what Jeff's saying, so much time wasted in absolutely zero value dialogue.
Yeah.
It was worthless.
Yeah.
I have never been more infuriated. Jeff just kept laughing at me because I would be like, fuck. Something would happen, and I'm like, please, let's sing a song about it.
Oh my goodness, the songs! I got so sick and tired.
They wanted a whole Broadway musical out of this bitch. They were just everything got a song.
So
about half of it's reused from The Hobbit.
Yes,
right.
And the rest, it's just forced. That's the problem. Is like they wanted to take the same style of The Hobbit and apply it to the Return of the King,
it absolutely
and that doesn't work.
No,
because
it does not
they're completely different toned stories.
Yep.
And this should have an epic, dark, dredging tone with like massive amounts of action, not like, hey, let's be bards and sing about this, like.
Oh, and the singing. I hated this. I think it was probably the same person that did the singing and the first.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I can't stand that warble. You know that.
I don't hate it.
Okay, so here's the thing. Stop it, because that makes me angry. There are certain sounds that just piss me the hell off, and that singing.
The ring
don't get me
really
started on the
like
sounds.
A shepherd tone. The ring was a shepherd tone, and the sword was like a telephone.
Oh my god! And then when he took out the light thing to get past the watchers,
where did that come
I was like,
from?
why is it a computer? It was like,
oh
it's. I have never been more angry.
I know how to explain this. Late 70s, early 80s is when MIDI synths first came around, and so all musicians, all sound designers wanted to play with the new toys.
Yeah, and they forced that shit in there like a.
No matter what was going on, they thought it was appropriate.
I actually didn't even remember, where did he get that thing from?
The vial.
I'm pretty sure that's Galadriel's thing that was in Frodo's like little thing.
Okay.
It's the light that Galadriel's like, use this in the darkest of times. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was explained like ass, so just like everything else about this fucking dumpster fire.
Oh, well, okay, so here's the only
piece of shit.
Here's the takeaways. Because I did take away a couple things.
Okay.
They explored the ring powers a little bit better. Or rather, not better, but they explored them a little bit further. The ring didn't...
Like what it could do to people?
Yeah, like manipulate, like how they would change colors when they got angry, and then it would scare. Like, so it did have some influential powers.
Yeah.
They did, and then there was the inward, the whole vision quest thing that happens, the delusions of
the what? Oh, so the end where, he said.
The end where, not the N word.
N-word. I'm so sorry. It was like, then there was the N-word. I was like, oh, I was asleep during that part.
Wait, what?
No, it just sounded...
You said
the
end. You said the end where.
where.
It sounded like you said N-word.
The N-word.
Yeah, I was like very frightened.
Yeah,
or inward, like the
you
inward.
Said it too. It's not. So it wasn't just
because it would make you have visions of delusions of grandeur.
Yes, yes.
There was and then the invisibility, and I think that was it for the powers, right? Was there another manifestation?
Yeah, that's all I remember. The scaring people.
So that was interesting that they
didn't even do the scaring. They didn't even do the scaring people thing in the movies.
In the Peter Jackson trilogy.
It was only invisibility.
But there was he used it as a shield in a way, or at least it made him
look
braver.
He scared people. Like he killed Sam killed the goblin that way, and then Frodo drove Gollum away once with it.
So I don't know. Did Gollum just trip?
Yes,
dude,
he was just dancing and got excited.
Isn't that what happened in the live action? How did he?
No,
I thought he fell.
No, he got pushed.
Oh, we got pushed.
He was reveling in it. I was like,
and then
and
was
then
it Sam that pushed him, or was it Frodo that pushed him?
Okay,
Frodo,
I totally
body
forgot
him because then Frodo also
pushed.
falls off and is holding on like every other hero by one hand, and
Yeah.
But I did yes. I must say the things that I enjoyed. I liked, despite the musical numbers, I thought the orchestration was pretty fun and kept I really enjoyed the orchestration. All of the illustration and animation style also super great, fun. Loved it.
Except there were some problems.
Random
there
ones.
were some problems.
Yeah.
Like when Sam was like scared at the gate, with those two statues. Mm-hmm. I can't remember what they're called. The Watchers.
The Watchers, yeah.
Like he was scared, but he was doing this like stutter thing that was like, is that what people do when they're scared? What the fuck is this?
Oh, you mean like his image was
yeah, it was like it was like fucking Jacob's Ladder.
I wonder if that was supposed to be him.
It was better than the last Samwise was just the.
The last one was a doof.
Okay, Samwise.
So this guy was a little bit more.
He was
in
more.
This movie,
yeah.
For some reason,
capable.
Samwise was the only Englishman in the entire cast.
Yeah,
did you guys notice that?
No.
Yeah, he was.
Everyone else is doing like a transatlantic thing, but Samwise was the only one with a Cockney English accent. So that was weird. But then there were other times when the animation was just kind of like quickly done. I think where the foreground would like vibrate while it was going across. So there were some shortcuts taken for sure, but like overall,
I mean, the whole exposition thing was shortcuts.
Oh
yeah.
No, I will never.
I'm talking about animation.
Rankin and Bass for this shit ever. I'm never.
Also,
pales so much.
Did you guys notice the riders? The rider was flying on with the horse in the sky, right? Mm-hmm. But then he had the dragon later.
No, that was just the one. There was only one Nazgul that had a dragon.
Yeah, everyone else had
everyone
Pegasus.
Else had flying horses.
Yeah.
Right.
And the other thing too is that like they would start to give you a little action, and it was like an edging of plot development. They'd be like, "Oh, we're gonna give you something. Nope, now we're gonna monologue in someone's head again, or put in an unnecessary bullshit song." I don't think that there was like uninterrupted action for more than 40 seconds, and then we did something infuriating.
Yeah.
The pace was unbearable. I just could not. Yeah. It was literally you could have condensed what they told the story, like the way they told the story could have been done in 20 minutes. All the rest was bullshit.
Yeah, it was terrible. It was terrible.
Yeah.
I'm glad we all agree.
Yeah, I at
we
the beginning too. Like Sam is in the middle of Mordor, and he is just screaming he's like, Frodo, are you up there? I'm gonna do this for you, Frodo. I was like, this man's sneak skill is at 0. It's in the negatives.
Yeah,
he has
I was noticing
he doesn't give a fuck.
No.
He's like, orcs be
Just
damned, come get me.
announcing himself.
Yes.
One more thing I want to comment on is that one the boss Nazgul or whatever. The vocal effect. The vocal effect was like a really terrible, like, just, what was it, a chorus?
Yeah. Just like
it sounded like it was in a metal tube or something.
Yes.
And it sounded all digital. And
he sounded like Skeletor.
Terrible. Yeah. Nah.
I'm going to go.
Yeah.
Like,
but it was like in one of these things.
Yes.
But like it sounded all metallic and disgusting. It was like it did not sound ethereal. It sounded like a robot or something.
Yeah, it was. Are Rankin and Bass both dead? I just want to know.
What's the reason behind this question, Ryan?
Oh, yep, he died in 22, and he died in 14. Okay. Well, never mind then.
Well, hey, they did make the Hobbit movie. They did make the Hobbit movie, which is awesome.
Fine. I know,
Yeah.
but it
was
like,
much better.
Nostalgia for you. As watching it for the first time, it was also kind of like, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I love
this
the music.
this was unforgivable.
No,
truly
hate it. All right, so what do we get from did we get any scores from the audience?
I got just one so far that I saw.
A 7?
Let me.
Oh, no. Scott Kidder said give this a 7 and find out. Never mind.
Yeah.
That's a real 7.
So that's it. Oh, no, it's not a 7?
That's not a 7.
I got a 6 from someone on my. Okay, Enigma says he's going to adjust and make it a 5.
Barry McDonald says, I'd rather watch Mickey Mouse Clubhouse on loop, 3 out of 10. Enigma said 6.
No, then he changed it to 5.
Oh, then he changed it to 5. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, any more scores from the audience?
Yeah, the audience, they definitely, they didn't jump on this one, and that's okay.
That's
7 from Bill.
You spared yourselves.
You did. Bill?
7 from Bill.
Bill?
Oh, okay.
Bill.
Okay, Bill.
Explain yourself. Bring him in here. Get in here. He's been on before.
Yeah, he has. That is.
Send him a link.
Atrocious claim, sir.
Cudgel.
Very high score there.
Bash
Bill.
some sense into himself.
How very fucking dare you, sir? 7 out of 10.
I've never been more offended.
Oof.
Oh my god.
Okay. Is that it for the audience score? Boy, this is gonna. That 7 is gonna pull it way up.
A 7 and a 3 and a 5. So it's just gonna be 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Still too high.
That's not an excuse.
Atrocious.
Bill.
You failed the class for everyone. Thanks, Bill.
Poor Bill. Okay.
I'm going to talk to Audible and make sure that my titles come out for everyone but you.
That's so... Ryan, take that back.
I'm just kidding. I love you, Bill. I really do.
Take that back. That's so mean.
Ryan, I mean Brian. Oh my gosh, Ryan. He gets very passionate. Okay.
Ahmed,
what are y'all scores?
What's your score?
6.
Ooh.
6.
Ooh.
Wow.
I was happier when I watched it, I think.
Okay.
I was a normal person
you
3 hours ago.
Happy? That's what I want to know.
I like the song.
Oh, okay.
But
All
the
right.
movie's it's pretty terrible. It's just nostalgic, I guess.
I'll give it a 3, because still I enjoy the animation style. I think a lot of the character design in this one was actually pretty bad too. The Nazgul looked like
trash,
absolute ass.
Yeah.
Lots of things looked like absolute ass. They did have that funky March song.
Yes.
I think that deserves a point on its own. That was sick. And the rest of the music outside of the movie I would have liked. And mainly because it reminds me of the Hobbit.
Folk music.
Because we're not numbers.
That's what I love.
Sweet.
Yeah. So 3 for me. It was atrocious.
I'm gonna go with 2 because I appreciate the artistry done by those that drew for it, and the music was the orchestrations, and that's all they get.
I'm gonna go.
Okay.
I'm gonna go 1.5, and that's being generous.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ugh. Yeah, I didn't care. I didn't care if Frodo died or Sam died.
I wanted them all to die.
I was hoping
sooner.
for it.
Didn't care.
And we didn't even get Legolas or Gimli the entire time. They just didn't exist.
Yeah, it's like
they said, let's spend time on more monologues from these.
This compression of all these events. That was just like, what? Why even? Why? Just what's
the IMDb score?
Okay, I think it's low, but it's probably higher than ours. I think it's
way higher than ours. I think it's like at a 5.
5 something.
5.7.
5.7.
So the audience obviously 5, and ours is 3.125.
Yeah, I hope this goes down as the lowest rated one we've ever had.
Probably.
Our score is almost pi.
Oh yeah, it is. I should adjust mine to make it pi, but I don't know how to because I don't math.
Yeah,
Dude, that.
I think as a.
Oh no, I am not.
I think as a
wait, which one is better?
Zardoz.
Which one was better?
Oh, Zardoz is better than this for sure.
Zardoz is better than most movies.
Oh, this is breaking.
Get out!
That might be. He might be right, son.
Don't even.
He might be right. He might be right.
Man.
We're gonna have to tabulate if we start.
This
taking
one
the
was more
scores,
bearable than Zardoz.
And then
Really?
we start like
No
doing
way.
the chart of like the
okay?
scoring. This might be better than most of the movies. Zardoz might be better than most of the movies.
I don't even remember what I rated Zardoz. I just remember I really hated it.
Wow.
A
I feel the anger in my chest right now. Like I feel
From
like
Zardoz or from?
Speaking of
from
chess,
this
From
shit.
Return of the King.
Yes.
All right. So next month,
speaking of
Zardoz.
chests,
No, I
at
I
that
just will not.
chest.
Oh gosh, I can't. This is so stupid. This is like what in the heck? Yeah, have you seen it, Ryan? It's so stupid.
I don't want to. That just
Don't.
made
Yes,
me-
you do.
No, don't torture yourself.
No, we're not
Oh.
watching Zardoz again. Well, I'm not,
he's
I'm not watching.
he's
it
like,
for
what do
you.
you think? 20%? Like, no, 18% body fat. 20, 18. 20.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
Okay.
I don't
What's
That
our
line of hair? That
what's
perfect
our
line
next
of hair
book?
going to his belly button.
Right.
Jesus.
What are our
Looks like
what
a
are
star.
That's
what are
why
our
that's why
releases
he's-
for?
the star.
I pulled up
okay,
the
when
calendar.
is the next one?
The next one will
Oh,
be
the next one is the 7th of
second.
May.
The second Tuesday,
Always okay,
second
yeah.
Wednesday in May. Yeah, because we're back on the normal
it's gonna
schedule.
Be first, it's gonna be first Wednesday of May.
No, should be the second one.
The first?
It's going to be the second Wednesday
You mean the first?
in
No,
May.
I think in our calendar it's the first.
It's on the
no?
14th.
Oh, it is. Okay. Then
Yeah.
I'm incorrect.
Okay.
Then we don't have anything
Penis.
the first.
There's the
Wednesday.
variety show, but I don't know. We might be off season now.
Oh.
Okay.
I don't
So
remember.
we definitely did get that all mixed up.
Yeah.
But,
So what
but
is
it's all right.
what is
so 5/14.
releasing?
So are we going to look at May, or are we going to look at stuff after?
May.
Yeah, May.
So ISM 2 comes out on May 6th, and pre-order for Mimic and Me 4 comes out on the 6th. Then we also have I keep wanting to say purchase order. Pre-order for Wrinkle in Crime and also The Lost Noble. Both of those in early May. And then we have Riggy Little Hands pre-order.
Oh, wow.
We have Natural Magic no, that's June. Forget that. Love Death pre-order on the 27th.
What's Love
Bunny
Death?
Girl Love Death and other something.
Magic or something.
Yeah. And then Bunny Girl Evolution pre-order on the 20th.
Okay.
Wow. That's a lot of different things.
Yeah, we have
So
a bunch of
I
different
think
stuff.
I think we can take a break from fantasy.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Ahmed and I were talking a little bit about that before you guys jumped in.
Yeah.
About,
What were you guys saying?
Well, just he was saying how we need to. How did you describe it, Ahmed? I'm gonna let you say it because you said it better than I'll be able to
I
paraphrase.
just want to diversify because I know that we do a lot of fantasy titles because our books are fantasy, but that doesn't. We shouldn't restrict our
genre to
our
genre.
movie and genres to fantasy because there's a lot of great drama movies that we could probably watch. We're gonna have to like just get into the guts of the characters and the story a little bit more, so that way we can suggest.
Fantasy is not my favorite
more story
genre,
driven.
so
yeah,
I won't mind. Okay,
so what? There was a movie. Oh, Guyver, Guyver 2 Dark Hero for Industrial Strength Magic.
Oh, we were talking about that.
Guyver Dark
as long
Hero.
as that's the only goof. If that's the only goof, if we did Return,
I would love some legit
Return of the
ones
King,
this
then we
time,
can do Guyver.
Okay, so we want to do Guyver for ISM 2?
Or no goofs.
Yeah, I'm happy with
Guyver
no
2?
goofs. I want to enjoy a movie that I watch. My favorite genre is horror, Clue, but most horror movies are terrible.
Yep, so. I'm with you on that one, Sin. My favorite genre is horror.
Said Clue.
But I love the sift. It's like being a gold miner. You get to pan
You're looking for the hidden
nuggets.
gem.
Oh yeah.
What was that, Ahmed?
Clue. You said Clue because we have a Clue, but also the movie Clue for Wrinkle in Crime, maybe.
Is that a mystery though?
Yeah, a Wrinkle in Crime is like a zombie.
Oh yeah, sounds like okay.
He's a zombie that has gotten so good at masking his own like zombiness that he's like an incredible makeup artist. So he becomes a cosmetologist to the stars, and then gets involved into this crazy caper of like someone gets murdered, and it is. Guys, I don't plug my shit very often. I love this book. I am so excited for people to, because it's so far from the genres that we're used to and everything else.
Yeah.
But I had a blast. It's
okay. I have a perfect movie for this.
Okay.
Death Becomes Her.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that I haven't seen it yet either, and it's Meryl Streep and Goldie Hawn. And
I saw that long time ago.
And Bruce Willis.
I was not impressed.
I haven't seen it since I was little.
Back then, but I haven't seen it in such a long time.
And it's back in the zeitgeist because they just they made a musical about it as well. And it apparently did very well.
Becomes Her. Oh, Broadway. There it is. IMDb. So the year is 1992.
Caveat. Why did you say UHF?
What does that mean?
That's a movie.
UHF is a movie.
It's an
amazing movie. It's so.
But
good.
I'm not sure. I don't know.
For Wrinkle in Crime. Or just in
I don't know.
What does UHF stand for? Is it just
it's
UHF?
ultra high frequency. It's a type of, and it's like what it's
I've
the high quality version
I've
of
seen
the
that,
antenna.
Thomas.
How do you describe it? Right.
Yeah. There's VHF and there's UHF. That's two different bands of
one is
basically
long
television
waves
signals.
And one is short waves. And the VHF was better quality, but it was shorter wave, and then the UHF was longer.
No, I think it's the other way around. I think VHF is very high frequency. UHF is ultra high frequency.
So the ultra is shorter, and the VHF is longer.
Okay.
Yeah. So UHF is Weird Al's movie. He made it back in the 80s, and it's fucking awesome. It's so fucking funny.
Does it?
But I don't see.
Oh, I thought it was a totally different movie for some reason.
I don't think so. I don't know what it would fit. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I think that Death Becomes Her is a good option for Wrinkle in Crime. We can think of other stuff if you want.
Death Becomes Her is a mystery.
I wouldn't say it's a mystery, but it's all about necromancy. It's all about like.
No, there is a mystery
it's
involved.
Necromancy in Hollywood. Necromancy in Hollywood.
Mm-hmm. No, but also it's about like it's kind of like The Devil Wears Prada, or like you're getting into something, and you're in over your head.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like you get into a new world and suddenly everything is lavish around you, and then you get into over your head.
Even though that's such a loose one, I would watch the
Ripley
shit out of
movie,
Devil Wears Prada for this.
the Mr. Ripley movie, the one where Matt Damon fakes being
the talented Mr. Ripley.
Where he ends up like in a much bigger, world than, or what else? He fakes his face. What about Catch Me If You Can? Leonardo DiCaprio, where he pretends to be everybody.
No necromancy, no Hollywood.
Yeah.
Nothing glamorous
for it.
What book are we on?
Wrinkle in Crime
now?
is what we're talking about right now.
Oh, so we haven't settled on Death Becomes Her then?
Oh, yeah. Let's call that one done.
Okay, done. What's next?
Okay.
What's the next book?
So we got ISM. We got Bunny Girl Evolution. Guyver could be the ISM, maybe.
Yeah, I
or
wrote
something
that.
else.
Guyver 1 or 2? The
Two. Dark Hero.
That's fine.
Guyver 2. Wriggly Little Hands.
Okay, that's a goblin. That's fantasy goblin.
Okay, and so is Mimic and Me then. Dead Tire comes out on the 29th. That's also...
Mimic and Me. What about Species for Mimic and Me?
I don't know the movie.
I've seen that. Yeah.
Wait, someone asked about that one earlier in the chat, I think. Is it spelled with a
Did
Z?
they? No, they were talking about Existenz.
Oh, that was it. Yeah, never mind.
That's almost like a lit RPG type.
Like the thing.
Yeah.
Things that mimic, I guess, ultimately.
Yeah.
Right, is what you're
It's just the mimic. It's just the mimic angle. It's kind of like Alien, except the alien is sexy. Basically.
Yeah, Natasha.
And let's be honest, Chester
Alien
is sexy.
fakes being a human.
I haven't seen it since I was little, so.
Ghoulies?
It's got Ben Kingsley and
Oh, fun.
What is it? Species, though?
Which one?
Species, yeah. Ben Kingsley.
I don't remember almost anything about it.
Because they
So
show
that's
it
from
on
Mimic and
Pluto
Me 4?
TV on loop, so I see it a lot.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Mimic and Me
Big
4.
Trouble in Little China. Like, is there any excuse for us to watch that movie next month?
Mimic, the buddy aspect.
Buddy comedy.
Done. Big
Done.
Trouble in Little China.
Okay.
Yes!
Good job, Bill.
Well,
So,
you
couple years
You've redeemed
ago,
yourself in my eyes, big boy.
A couple years ago, a few years ago, I did a reaction to that movie because it had been decades since I saw it. So that one's kind of fresh.
we tried to do something different, and we ended up with two fantasy movies anyway.
Oh,
Did we?
well, that's not really fantasy movie.
No, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal.
It's not really. No, there's no fantasy movie. Big Trouble in Little China is like, I don't know. Like,
And I'm so
That's
excited.
fair.
I haven't seen, and I've wanted to see Big Trouble for a
Okay.
long time, and I've wanted to see Death Becomes Her for a long time. So,
I'm not super pumped about Death Becomes Her, to be honest.
Well, when was the last time you were super pumped? The 80s?
I want to.
yeah. Yeah.
What
Ryan,
about
you
the
turd.
substance? What about the substance?
No!
I'd be
I
down
want
with
to
that.
see that so bad.
That movie
Me
was
too.
I was
awesome.
so under-impressed with
It
that
was
film.
it was very disturbing and
It was
awesome.
disturbing.
And I think it was well casted. Like
It was
Okay,
the
well, what can we
last-
watch it for?
What?
Extra credit for what?
It's body
It
horror.
would've been-
We've already
it
got
would've
3
been like
books. We've
Wrinkle
got 3
in
Yeah,
movies.
we
on
already
the
have.
yeah.
We already have.
Well, we could get rid of
And,
Guyver.
I mean, we
Yeah,
we
no
don't.
more animation for a little bit. Enigma, that's true. I agree with. Don't do it.
Animation's better.
Okay, Death Becomes Her 1992, Guyver 2, Dark Hero 1994, and Big Trouble in Little China 1986. For Wrinkle in Crime, ISM 2, and Mimic and Me 4.
Awesome.
We're good?
All right.
Cool.
I'm
I
down.
have posted. They have been posted.
I see
All right,
them. I
guys,
see
Post
them.
them in the
do
chat.
your goddamn homework.
Yeah,
Watch
do your
these
homework,
3
y'all.
movies.
You guys did
I
so
want-
well this time.
Yes,
we-
I was
where
super
did we find-
impressed.
Where did we find Guyver, by the way? Because that must be an obscure one that's hard to find, right?
Where do we find it?
Oh,
Yeah, let's
let
make
me
sure that
check
we actually can
Letterboxd.
first.
Check. How is it? GYVER?
It looks like
G-U-Y.
Oh.
G-U-Y-V-E-R.
On the top, like a G-U-Y.
Oh, it's not coming up. It's not coming up. So I'm spelling it.
Oh, it's on
Look.
YouTube,
Oh, is
I
it
think. Wait.
Guyver Dark?
you
Oh,
buy
it's
it?
not. It's not called Guyver 2. It's called
Yeah, it's just Guyver Dark
Guyver
Hero.
Dark Hero. Okay. Well, there's no legit source, so YouTube is probably just
YouTube.
someone threw it up there. So at least we can go there and see it.
Enigma,
Yep.
school stuff? How old are you? Don't actually tell us how old
He's
you are.
no, he's a teacher.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
cool.
Instructor.
Okay, guys.
Instructor.
You can find Guyver on YouTube. I think the others you should be able to find like on Amazon or something. But,
They should be easy to find.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh wow.
Bye,
Do
everybody. I guess we're
your
fucking off.
homework. We're fucking off now. Thank
Bye.
you for watching.
We love
See
you.
again in
Love
another
you.
month.
I love all of you, but I love Bill Underbridge a little less, but I love you all.